Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back once again with Karn Eldrazi ramp on the play for game one, though we have a bit of a new card, Fanatic of Rhonas. We have seen that Malevolent Rumble has been trending down to such a point where it really isn't performing the way we need it to. And so we've decided that testing Fanatic of Rhonas over Malevolent Rumble might be better. Obviously, the only way to find out is by testing it, gathering some data, and seeing if it is the better option of the two. I've also cut Emrakul in favor of Ulamog because, realistically speaking, at most, unless we get a counter or enchantments get destroyed, artifacts get destroyed, we're only really going to get lands, instant kindred into the grave, so 3 bringing Emrakul down to 10, maybe 9 at times. So I think Ulamog might be a better choice between those two. Fetch Scouting Tarn. We can do some really cool things with Rhonas, actually. So we can actually try and show that off next turn. DRC. Tempted to sweep next turn with Kozilek's return, but I think maybe a Fanatic here, because we can go Fanatic, and that way we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We'll have access to 4. If we find a Soul Land, we can kick a Myco Spawn on 3. Yeah, we can do some really cool things next turn. So they are at 3 card types, which does worry me a bit. Ugin. Okay. I think we'll save the K return. We're going to go Fanatic of Rhonas. Opponent's probably like, what? What is going on? Excuse me? Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. And then we'll pass. So, what we're going to do next turn is we are going to Null Drift Evoke. With the Evoke trigger on the stack, we are going to then tap Fanatic Rhonas for 4. Ideally, we'll draw into a Soul Land and be able to cast the Soin Myco Spawn kicked on turn 3. Out of nowhere, mind you. Of course, if we just draw into a Soul Land regardless, we won't need to evoke the Null Drifter to begin with. But nice thing about Rhonas, it's a 1/4 blocker, which is not insignificant. Corey Steelcutter, because now we can block Corey Steelcutter, we can block the DRC. So like the 1/4 body is actually pretty relevant, and that's one of the hypotheses or theories that we have about Malevolent Rumble, is that because there are more aggressive decks like Prowess here, that just having the ramp from the spawn isn't enough, right? So it's been kind of interesting in that regard. So we can just block the monk token. That's the nice part. Unless they have like something to grow the monk, we can block it for free. Yeah. We'll block. I mean, if they have a way to pump it, they can pump it. I guess they could have lava darted it. Couldn't they? Yeah, they could have. Me draw. Misty Rain. I'm tempted not to Misty Rain here, so we're going to evoke the Null Drift. So I'm going to go blue. And then draw 2. There's a really cool interaction. Evoke trigger on the stack. We're going to then generate 4 mana. And then trigger. So we could do a few things now. We can also Soin Myco Spawn. We're going to cast it. I'm going to grab a Temple. I'm going to play Misty Rain. I'm going to fetch. And I'll grab just the forest here. No reason to be fancy, I don't think. And then K command target DRC. And we'll just ramp exile. So yeah, this is kind of what we were thinking about with Fanatic Aronis. A good blocker, can still ramp us, gets us into these really interesting scenarios with Null Drifter. I mean, it seems pretty promising. Now we have a blocker of the Myco spawn. Of course, they could always trigger Corey Steelcutter again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we do have Ugin next turn, which I don't think they can really deal with all too well. I think we're in a good spot here for Ugin. If they do interact with our mana, then we can always so a Myco spawn kicked next turn. So I think we'll block the Soin Myco spawn at the very least. The question is, I think we block the Monk token. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Because then we can exile something with Ugin. So yeah, Fanatic Aronis, going to be an interesting addition to the deck. I think it will help out with the more aggressive meta, though I definitely am going to miss the shenanigans with Malevolent Rumble and Kozilek's Return. So in Holy Heat, we'll get the Myco spawn. Corey Steelcutter will attach. We'll take the what? So this is 6. Lava Dart can flash back. And then that will be 7, 10 down to 5, which isn't great. I think I'll take though. As long as we can resolve the Ugin, we're in a decent spot. Down to 9. Okay. And draw. Okay, so I think we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin, exile. We could exile the Monk. The only problem is that they could Corey Steelcutter and basically get another one. So let me just get rid of the Corey Steelcutter. Lava Dart, that's fine. I guess they can flash back the Lava Dart and then get another one. Yes. So we'll go down to 7, but they only have 2 cards in hand now, but they do have another Lava Dart. So we go up to 10. Another Cake Man. We'll pass at this point. Preordained trigger. I mean, that's 8. So they just win? Yeah. That's 12. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have K returned. The thing is, it wouldn't have gotten rid of the Monastery Swift Spear. It would have gotten rid of the monks, sure. If I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 6, 9. Yeah, maybe the right move was a Sowing Myco spawn into return. Maybe. Yeah, in retrospect, I think that may have been the right move. I think we probably just misplayed there. So I will cut Ghost Quarter, Gemstone, and a Karn. Yeah. In retrospect, probably better to have swept. I just wasn't thinking about how large they could grow that, because it really came down to them re-triggering the Corey Steel Cut. I will keep This lets me go Ugin Lab, Tuck Drift, and pass. Yeah, I think I just saw the Ugin, got a bit too excited, and it ended up costing me. DRC. Swine Myco spawn's nice, we'll go to Temple, hold up the command. Fetch of the Bloodstain Mire, do you have the Quarry Steel Cut? There's Quarry Steel Cut, DRC trigger. Keeps it on top. Bobble trigger, I imagine to keep it on top. And go to combat. Alright. I will exile you. And ramp. And pass. Draw. Bob will target me, that's fine. Another K command, interesting. Well, we will Windswept Teeth fetch for a forest. We can always grab a Stomping Grounds or a Surveil on the Wooded Foothills later. Opponent's Tinkin. Yeah, I'm trying to think if we had cast the K return if it would have mattered. Like I said, they could have grown the board. Huh. At least we then would have had a blocker and some things would have been gone. Maybe should have hit the Steam Vents in case they have a Verge land, I suppose. I'll go temp and hold. This way you can always K command X1 if needed, or dismember. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can play the Null Drifter next turn. Really? Nothing? That's weird. All Wooded Foothills, fetch. Shock Stomp. I am wondering if they have a consign to memory and that's why they're not playing anything. That would be my initial thought, so I think I'm going to attack here. I think we just pass and hold up K command. Yeah, it feels like they have consign. Probably should have not fetch shocked, but initially I was thinking we'll play the Null Drift, but it feels like a consign. And I'm just going to force you to cast it here. We're going to use it as a permission spell for Null Drifter. Fetch. Shock down to 11. Why shock there? Consign, DRC trigger. EI goes to yard. And DRC is online. Alright. Sprawl's mana neutral. For red. I will return. We actually played Ugin Loud first. Done. Return Null Drift to hand. Cast Null Drifter. This way we can hold up 1 extra mana for Dismember. Do you have another consign? You do. Okay. Oh no, Manamorphose. Alright. So looking for the consign. Generates blue. Imagine maybe blue-red. There is the consign, as well as the Corey Steelcutter. Interesting. That is unfortunate. So I wonder if they drew into that. Consigned memory. And I guess at that point we'll pass. No attacks. Yeah, definitely need to draw into something here. 2. Manamorphose resolves. Because what we'll probably do is we'll block the Monk token that doesn't have Trample with the spawn and then dismember the DRC. Rude. So we desperately need to top deck something here. Yep. Got anything else going? Jesus. Sack. Trigger. Trigger. I guess we get rid of the monk then. Anything else? Kill the monk. We're gonna take 4 damage. Might as well get rid of something while we're doing it. We'll take 6 here down to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Short on Ulamog. Funny enough, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, like, we actually have the 13 necessary for Emrakul if we were to draw it. So if we draw Ulamog here, it's going to be a feel bad. Ronus. See, this is a moment where something like Malevolent Rumble would feel better. So that's a bit unfortunate. I mean, as a blocker, don't get me wrong, like, at least Rumble could find us something. That's like... So that's one of the problems, right, with open hand data, is it only shows you what's good in your opening hand. The question then becomes, is Rumble better than a threat, but Fnatic's not a threat, so drawing Fnatic is worse than Rumble late game by comparison. So yeah, that's something to think about. But we did end up losing match 1. I think I probably could have won, if not rallied back in game 1. I don't think I necessarily could have won it, but I think I definitely didn't do myself any favors by not sweeping with the K return. So I will say that much. I think it would have only taken out like a monk token, but it would have at least given me a blocker in the way of sowing Myco spawn. So some give and take there, I suppose. Oh, actually, in retrospect, they had a DRC. If I had just sowing Myco spawn and gone for, instead of kicking it, just gone for Bajuka Bog and swept, it would have... Did they have DRC? I want to say they did have DRC. So if they did that, it would have taken out DRC, taken out a monk token. They would have saved the, whatchamacallit, some monk tokens as well as the, why am I blanking out Monastery Swift Spear? So, yeah, probably should have went return, Myco Spawn, Rumble, Bajuka Bog. Yeah. I guess we could have even Bajuka Bogged first. Yeah, Bajuka Bog on the stack and then return. Yeah. So I think that's what I should have done game 1. I think I could have at least gotten a turn, maybe more out of it. Would I have necessarily won? Hard to say, but I think we could have put ourselves in a better position. Regardless, we sometimes win some, we sometimes lose some, and we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. Yeah. Trying to think of what would make this hand better. Utopia Sprawl, yes, but also no. I think we mulligan this one. This one is keepable. We'll pitch a K command since we have 3 of them. And pass. We'll go Temple, trying to find another soul land off top. So Temple, pass. And pass. Oh, what the, what? Why, what? White and mill? I'm confused. Azorius mill? Heh. Excuse me? I will go Gemstone Caverns. And Exile Crab? Question mark? Watch me get Mana Tithe. Don't do it, opponent. Don't cast Mana Tithe. Don't do it. Not allowed. Okay, thank God. I was about to say, like, you somehow have a Mana Tithe and a Azorius Mill. What the hell is a Azorius Mill? Why the white source? Huh? I'm confused. Is it for, like, Path Deck? Yeah, I guess it is for Path Exile. Oh, you have... Oh, I see now. It makes sense. It all makes sense. It's coming together. Okay. Okay, I see you, opponent. The good news is this means now we're free to cast our player's Wooded Foothill. Because now they definitely don't have a second Archive Trap, right? Jace. And draw. Well, let's go Wooded Foothill, fetch, because once again, it's not like they have another Archive Trap, right? Go Forest. Maybe go Breeding Pool Shock, actually. Let's go Breeding Pool Shock, that we can always evoke the Null Drift. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Short of a force, we should be able to resolve Karn, grab Liquid Metal Coating. Because you can't play Magic if you got no lands. If I need to, I'm going to take up this coating on Karn and smack the Jace. Or I guess take up on take up Karn on coating. Yeah. As we could also go Talisman next turn as well. Gee. Opponent, did you just slow roll an Archive Trap? Or did you just draw into it? Swear to God. Visions of Beyond. Not sure how to feel about that. I'm not sure how to feel about that. So I need J-Stud. They tap down the Ruin Crab. I can get rid of the Ruin Crab, that's not an issue. The Jace is a bit concerning though. And now with the white source up, I fear that I can't get rid of the Jace with Karn. So I mean, we'll get rid of the crab, yeah? And then liquid metal coating. I mean, I guess we could liquid metal coating Jace. That is an option. Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's start with you. Oh, interesting. Okay. They fatal push their own crab. Was not expecting that. Talisman of Impulse. Liquid metal coating. Liquid metal coating. Hollow Fountain. Okay, we're living on a hope and a prayer here. I mean, one good mill spell, it's over. Jace? Yeah, then they mill us for 15. Yep. Okay. Well, that was not what I was expecting here today. That is for sure. On to game 2. Let's see, Dismember. I'm trying to think, what do I have in my sideboard guide for Mill? Does Mill even... Mill is on here, look at that. Yeah, just bring in Dismember. Cut, Ghost Quarter Bog. Yeah, that seems right. Ghost Quarter, or I guess I can go Gemstone Bog here and keep the Ghost Quarter. Alright. Interesting. Azorius Mill. Specifically for Path, so that way you aren't as reliant on field effects. Very interesting. On the play for game 2, I will keep. Do you go Utopia Ball for red or for blue? I think for blue here. Just in case we want to go Null Drift, I think we go Ugin Lab. Actually, maybe Utopia Ball for red because we are still running returns. So I go Forest, red, Lab, hold up Command, cast Breaker ideally on 3. Yeah. Red and pass. And pass. Archive, no crab. Thank you for that. Another command, love to see it. There's an argument to maybe just going command now to play around to consign to memory. top. So next turn we can cast the World Break. If I'm not entirely sold on casting the Sowing Mega Spawn just because of Archive Trap. Their Crab. Trigger Crab. They'll mill the Myco. Not the end of the world. If they fetch, we'll dismember. I will go Temple. And cast World Break. If they fetch, we'll still dismember. Alright, holding dismember still. I don't think they can not fetch, right? I want to make sure of something. I swear to God, I think I just targeted my own spawn. So I'll make sure that I did not do that. We'll pass. Grab down. Look at that, a nice clean empty board. Meticulous Archive. You have Kozilek's Command. You're in a good spot, all things considered. Wrap this... Interesting. So I guess maybe they're trying to tech for more of an aggressive meta. Okay, okay. Interesting. Go to combat. Excuse me. So no path, it looks like. We'll hold. Fetch, that's fine. Kind of afraid that they're holding up a consign, so we're just going to hold this command until they tap out. Next turn we can always return Null Drifter and cast that instead. That Annihilator trigger will be relevant. Blast? Blast? Yeah, this must be teched for the mirror. Or not the mirror, but for aggressive meta. That's fine. You play your land for turn, we'll go to end step. X equals 6. Let's see, bottom. I guess we could go top, but I don't know. I'm actually going to not do that because Archive Trap. I think we bought them all. Oof. Oof. Let's draw into something of relevance, please. That is in fact relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 1, 2, 3. So I think we go Talisman of Impulse. Breeding Pool. And 1, 2. Tis an Ulamog. Bone Scoops. I will take the win. Ulamog, oh, how I have missed you. I will say, not having Emrakul in this matchup does kind of suck. Just because, of course, you know, them milling out 8 card types makes Emrakul wicked cheap. Excuse me. What do we take out here? Karn? On the draw... Oh, that's right, Bog. Because really don't need Bog and Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter ain't doing much. I guess I can take out a Blast Zone, but, like, the only 1 mana value permanent that they can blow up is Utopia Sprawl, so kind of moot point there. I mean, we can keep the gemstone, but we have nothing in hand. Go gemstone. I think we pitch the fetch. Hold up dismember. Alright, just need to draw in some action. Fetch. I mean, if you play a crab, we dismember it. End step. Dismember. Goodbye. And pass, draw. So I Myco spawn. Both a blessing and a curse, right? I think we need to go forest. Talisman, pass. So next time we can go Cavernous Soul, so in Myco spawn potentially. Another crab. Tis a crab. Do you have a land? No land? That'd be surprising. Okay, they have the Isle. Moment like that where Ghost Quarter actually is relevant. Null Drifter would have liked... I mean, I would have liked the command more than anything. The Null Drifter kind of taken or left it. They got the command. Oof. Okay. Command is down. I mean, we're going to cast the Soin Mega Spawn unless we find ourselves like a writhing chrysalis, I suppose. I guess Karn as well. I guess a K return could get rid of crabs. We have a decent number of hits here. Draw. Temp. In that case, I can go... Can I go temp? No, I can go... Yeah, I can go Talisman. Temp. Myco spawn and pray that you don't have an archive trap. I mean, I think we have to. We can't just do nothing. So we'll go Eldrazi temp. And pass. Show me the archive trap. No archive trap. Good to know. Would have liked to have been able to kick it, but unfortunately we were short one. Yee. That's 12. We have a K return. We do have a World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A Soul Land will be able to get me to return Breaker and then play it to sweep. There goes an Ulamog. Shifting Woodlands would also be good in this matchup, but without Malevolent Rumble, it's pretty meh. Pretty meh. Archive Trap in the grave. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Name Eldrazi. Remind me with Internalize. Does that have... actually, I guess we can just find out. So, cast Fnatic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Internalize. And I think I'll just hold up for the breaker now. Attack the Myco and pass. If I had an extra land, I guess double Eternalize would be better. Because we'd have a decent amount of damage on board. Actually, we'd have lethal on board. Fanatic of Ronus, unironically, being pretty good here. End step, we'll go for World Breaker. White for Path. Path the Exile. Yes. And pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you could also do it on the same turn, but no reason to do that necessarily. Another 6. More K returns. Uh-oh, what you got here? A Jace? Tis a Jace. Jace, mill me for 6. End step. Return World Breaker to hand. Sack Forest. Go to combat. Attack a Jace. You should block. Really? Why would you not block? Cast World Breaker. On 2. Triggers, and we're gonna get rid of that Shelldock Isle. No free spells for you. Yes. No. We'll play the Misty. And then play the Talisman of Impulse. And pass. 3 cards left in hand. We can grab back a Fanatic Aronis next turn. Tapped. No playables, really. Go to combat. Down to 4. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast KGC. Consign to memory, resolves. I'll eternalize Fanatic Aronis. This way we have 4 power on board in addition to the World Breaker. So now they need 2 pieces of removal. Or to win. Does Fnatic actually get us there? That's wild. Land, 2 cards in hand. What the hell? Solitude. Exile, World Break. Okay. So we don't have K command. Dismember would work though. KGC. Let's see here. We can't KGC for EE, so that's not an option. And I guess we just go for attacks then. You'll block. And then we'll go KGC. Resolve KGC minus. Yes. Go for liquid metal coating. Cast liquid metal coating. I do have lethal on board next turn. Target. Pass. Because next turn we can liquid metal coating, target Karn, Karn take up on self, and that should be 8 damage. Draw. Let's start off with World Breaker. Oh, they had one too many. Exile the Hallowed Fountain, so if you have another Solitude, you need to cast it now. Or at least tap, right? They could have Path, but if they have Path, I mean, it's not the end of the world. They tap. I mean, if they Path, I'm going to choose not to search. No sweep. Here comes World Break. Liquid metal coating on Karn. What's going on here? What are you doing at instant speed, other than Solitude or Path? Resolve. Karn take up on self. If you want a Solitude, be my guest. Go to combat. There's a Solitude. Imagine exile Karn. Yep. I mean, they threatened it, but if they didn't have it, then they would have been able to play into it. We don't have any Fanatic Erroneous left in, so we'll just attack. They'll go up to 10. We can deal 9 damage, of course. Unfortunate. It was a possibility. Crab. Land? No land, just a blocker. Go to attacks. No reason to block. I'll go down to 1. And we pass. And pass. And we got there. Woo! Talk about a close one. We were able to make it work, and yeah, Fanatic Erroneous against Mill. Kind of a surprise all-star. Interesting. Did not really think about that, but that's kind of cool. I like it. That said, we'll be back for round 3. Alright, back for round 3 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. I'll keep this. We find a Soul Land. This Kozil's Command's pretty good. Soul Land, 7-mana value spell. So we have, what, 4 Temples and another 10. So that makes for 14 hits off the top. Fanatic Erroneous wouldn't be bad either. to ramp on turn 2 with Verdant Cat. Imprint and pass. And pass. Ooh, looks like Belcher. Draw, so I Myco spawn. So I can do a couple things here. I could Ghost Quarter them, and it should just be a strip mine, right? Yeah, I think we do that. Ghost Quarter. Goodbye. Pass. And ideally we draw into a Soul Land or Seven Mana Valley spell again. Oh, they choose the use. Oh, hold up. Is this Storm? Oh, no. I was thinking this might be Belch, but no, it's Storm. Shoot. Well, that's awkward. Maybe I should have waited a turn. Yep. I saw a land like that. I was like, yeah, this is fine. We're fine. This is okay. We're not okay. We're not okay. Mayday. All right. Well, we'll go Forest. Sprawl for red. And we'll pass. Yee. If I waited a turn, I would have known that it was Storm. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, it's still a Storm. Would have known it was Storm. Damn. Because, yeah, holding up a command X2 would have been good here. Rather than Ghost Quartering the Valakut Awakening. We'll pass. I done did jump the gun. Rit. Gonna kill myself as a Row. Rit. Ren's Resolve. So they don't have a mana reducer then. Interesting. Well, this might work out in my favor then. I could go another Impulse. Wait, what the what? Bitter Reunion. Why bitter? Oh, this has to be Storm Scale. This is the only reason I can understand Bitter Reunion being in this list is Storm Scale. Yeah. Yeah. We could kick a Myco Spawn. They do have the Ruby Medallion though, but they would need a Ritual. If they had the Ral, they would have cast the Ral. So I think kicking the Myco Spawn here is right. I think we go Bajuka Bog. Because that gets rid of everything in Yard. So they don't have the Past in Flames. And pass. So all that's left is the Medallion. So unless they have another Writ, we should be good. Or not, yeah, Ritual. We should be good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can set up with the Medallion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess maybe there's another argument to have gone with the World Breaker, but we got there, so I can't complain. So this is Ruby Storm, win for game 1. Oh, let's take a look. Ruby Storm. So we want Chalice, Explosives, Dismember, Stonebrain, Jailer. And then we cut Ghost Quarter, 3 Kozilek's returns, a Writhing Chris, a Sire, and a, I guess, Ulamog, because it's a bit slow here. I guess we could also argue Ugin. At least Ulamog can exile 2. Yeah. We could also argue just bringing in cutting KGC here. Like, that is something I've considered, of like, cut KGC entirely, bring the last Jailer in, and we just need to cut 1. So we could cut a Sire 7 deaths. We could also cut the Writhing Chris, Ugin, and Ulamog for 3 consigns, but it feels almost overboard, and we're already like pretty heavy. So I think maybe we just keep it like this. Because like consign really is hitting Ral triggers, Ruby Medallion, and then Storm triggers. Oh, but actually I need to keep Karn. And here's the reason why. Because what else did I cut? Oh, Jailer. Because I think they have the Storm Scion, or Storm Scale Dragon. And the reason why that's relevant is because we're going to need Bridge. So actually, no, we need to keep Karn. If it was not the Storm Scale version, I think we could get away with it. Man, if only I had a Forest. I'd consider it. Mulligan. Need a land. But otherwise, this looks okay. Drop what? Might go? Yeah. I think I could have reasonably kept the first hand in retrospect, but I think if we find ourselves with a land here, turn 2 Soulless Jailer is good. Draw. Fanatic Aronis. Hold up for Dismember in case they play Ral. I desperately need a land, though. Do it, play Ral. No. Land, please. Yes. Name Eldrazi. Cast Soulless Jailer and pass. So now they need to deal with Jailer before they can impulse draw. We are short on a second colored source for an EE, but I think we're okay with that. So next turn we can either hold up Dismember or cast Fanatic Aronis. Medallion into yard. Could mean they already have Medallion, or now they're just looking for solutions to Jailer, right? Plays Tarn. Let this... Does a route? Manamorphose. Yes, that resolves. Hold up 2 white, maybe looking for Prismatic. Ruby Medallion. Not ideal, but it's okay. Land? No. We'll go Fanatic. And pass. Because they're clearly looking for answers to the Jailer, so I'm not sure Dismember is necessary right now, whereas right now we're short on lands. So being able to ramp would be good. What I need is another colorless source with this K command. Either that or another colored source for EE. Rick goes to yard. Sunbait Canyon can draw a card. Yep, they are desperate. They're looking for answers. Might have a slow hand, but it's working. Oh, hold up. What this? Manamorphose. Okay. Draws a card. Surprised they didn't go white in case of a prismatic. Maybe a misclick. Draw. Short on the MTGO. Yeah. Because this is specifically power, not power or toughness. Want to make my life easy. In that case, we attack for 1. Hold up Dismember. 1 and 2 for Ral. And pass. Give me a land, please. Draw. Hey, look at that. So now I can imprint Ulamog and cast Sowing Mycospawn. I will go for Eldrazi Temp or Command. Go to combat, hit you for another 1. And we're able to hold up this member. Manamorphose resolves. Again, surprised they didn't go white. Ruby Medallion. That's another thing that Rumble does do well. It ramps you and then digs to find, let's say, a follow-up land, which Ronus doesn't do, as we notably saw earlier this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I have any reason to cast command now? Probably not. So I think I just attack with Mycospawn, hold up the Ronus. And then K command. Found a Bloodstain Mire. End step. Cast K command. Ramp Scry draw. Soulless Jailer coming in clutch, I'll tell you what. And done. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bottom. I mean, Brain could just go Row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, plus 4, so 17. So we should be able to Stone Brain and... So I think we go... Let's see. Top, and draw. So we'll go temp. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Then we exile both medallions. And now Fanatic Aronis can tap for 4. Stonebrain, target you. And we'll name... I guess we could name Ral, but I think we just named the remainder of the Ruby Medallions. Because, actually, they already have 1 in Yard. I think, yeah, maybe just go Ral. Ral, Monsoon Mage. Just have Rituals and Past in Flames. Big oofs. So Ral out. We did see the Storm Scale Scion in there. So attack, Lethal's now on board. They only have 1 Ruby Medallion in the remainder of their deck. I mean, I think this is just GG's. Sacred Foundry, tapped. This member is a dead card now. I guess I could go Stormscale Scion. It's what, 7 mana? I think. So I go like Rit, Stormscale for 3. And Boat scoops it up. Good stuff. I mean, yeah, Jailer doing what Jailer needs to do. With that said, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. I will keep. Go Utopia Sprawl for red. And pass. And pass. Again, another example where I kind of wish I had a Malevolent Rumble instead of a Fanatic. Goblins? Huh. Don't see that every day. Go Talisman of Impulse. Forest. Fanatic Aronis. Pass. This does set us up for a turn 3 Myco if we draw into it. It is Goblins. Goblins. Interesting. There's a Snoop. I need removal. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll pass. No attacks. Trawler's fine. Forgot that's a goblin. Yeah. Arena of Glory. Not what they want. And next turn we can play World Breaker at the very least. And exile land. Munitions expert. Okay. 3 at Fanatic. Do you have another munitions expert? You must. So Aronis is down. They can start attacking in then. We'll put a pause on end step. We now need a soul land if you want to play blue. Why not attack? Oh, we'll fetch. Commercial district trigger. I mean, yes, but also no. I should have specified a temple. Chrysalis is nice. We can eternalize the Fanatic. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do all of the above. So Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Oh, hold on. Do it like... do it like this. Yeah? Yes. That way I have double green. and Fanatic. I should be smart, just good practice. Sack spawn, trigger, trigger, and Rodus. And pass. So next turn we can definitely cast a World Breaker. Next turn we'll have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 mana. War Marshal. So you can play the War Marshal, and in fact you can haste it. There's a Harbinger. They can definitely cast that, and that scares me a bit. Ooh. Because then they can put anything on top of their library. And then Snoop has Kiki Jiki. And so now they just make Kiki Jikis. Okay. And eventually they make a copy of Bog. Or the Harbinger, right? And then they make Munitions not Munitions Expert, but the other one. Yeah. So I think we can just concede here, because then they just sack and kill me. Yep, we needed removal for a Snoop. Unfortunately, we did not find it. Alright, I'll concede here. Yeah, that was the worst case scenario, unfortunately. Dismember in, K return in seems right. Not sure about Karn here. At the very least, Gemstone and Ghost Quarters can leave. I mean, actually, probably Bog does really nothing. Yeah, and like cut a Karn. Yeah, I think that's right. Snoop is a good card. Been some pretty aggressive matchups today. I mean, outside of Mill, but I mean, Mill's aggressive in its own way. Alright. On the play for game 2. I'll keep. Finding a soul land off the top would be good here. Turn 2 Karn is solid. Forest, Sprawl, red, pass, pass. Wooded Foothills, pass. You know what, opponent? I liked your Wooded Foothills so much, I got my own. Fetch, Surveil Land, and pass the end step. Blood Crypt, shock for Marshall. Fetch. Commercial District. Trigger. Ugin to Yard. And draw. Windswept Heath. Fetch. Forest. KGC. We could minus KGC. If I do... What do we grab? I mean, Chalice on 2 is relevant. Right? Because that cuts off Snoop, Munitions Expert, and the like. And I think a couple of their lords. Yeah. Could also go EE, but I think the alternative is we could plus on the Talisman. I don't think they have any way to, like... I guess they do have Munitions Expert, which can hit Planeswalkers, right? I'll plus here, and then pass. Just as a blocker. Echo. I imagine they let it die. It replaces itself. Like I said, next time we can go Chalice on 2. Worst case scenario here would be a Goblin Lord. I'll block. Down. And I imagine they have a follow-up. That feels like bait. Chain Whirler. DH Planeswalker as well. Opponent just caps locks Kamikaze. Draw. Temp is good. Of course, we're now short because we lost the Talisman. Funny enough. I mean, I could EE for 0. We could Soulless Jailer. That's a genuine thought. Soulless Jailer is a decent blocker here. Minus. Yes. For Soulless Jailer. Play Jailer. Pass. And I guess in retrospect, maybe seeing that as bait, not blocking would have been fine. They've gone down to 5, down to 4. They still could have minused at that point. I guess the one concern was like a Munitions Expert and one other creature would have killed Karn at that point. Yeah. I just need a land. Oh, Jesus. So now I need to EE for 2. Block. They can't fetch. EE for 2 is required. End step. Draw. Okay, K command works as well. So I can K command. Ramp. Snoop down. And now we can Chalice for 2 instead. We could Chalice for 2. This make the life significantly more difficult. Yeah. Let's go Chalice. And done. And pass. So Snoop's offline then. As well as one of their lords. Harbinger finds what? I guess they could have artifact removal here. I'm trying to remember what the mana value of it is. Fetch first before it resolves. Almost missed that opportunity. And reveals what? Again, a land would be good. Munitions Expert can destroy the Jailer. At least hit me for 1. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 short on the Ugin. This way, at least I have a blocker and can get rid of a land. And pass. Yeah, because they could always just Kiki-Jiki combo on its own. Matron. Unveils a trawler. Land. Draw. Talisman. Unfortunately, that would get countered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'll pass. Goblin Trash Masters. They can destroy an artifact now. Yeah, I was saying, Trash Master was the one I was thinking of then. Okay. Why not? That's down. They probably should have dealt first strike damage before that. Draw, land. I guess now at least I can play the Talisman for what it's worth. And next turn we can play Ugin. Oh, I think next turn I can play Ulamog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Rude. I mean, I guess I can just... do I want to attack here? I should threaten their life total to some degree. We have blockers, so I'm not all too concerned, as long as I can hold up a spawn. Name Goblin. Fetch, Bloodstained Mire. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Short 1, yeah. Munitions Expert. Target Chrysalis. And they can deal 4. Alternatively, I could sack 2. Sack 1. Sack 2. I should let them resolve. To 1. Sling Gang. Ooh. That could pose a problem. Go to combat. Why not ping down the Chrysalis? Interesting. Go to blocks. Sacrifice a goblin. Oh, I guess not ping, it's drain. Right. Right. Down to 8. So Trash Master down. I mean, it could sacrifice itself to kill the jailer, but I don't think that's right. Not sure why you attack with the Lord in that situation. Bit aggressive, methinks. Draw, land, Fanatic. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Short one. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yee. I need this Ugin. I can't attack with a Sling Gang. Ooh, no. Oh, no. That's a concern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So they can take out the World Break now. Oh. Okay. Why not take out the World Break? For a... I mean, you have lethal as is. Right? I guess they're just playing cautiously here. Yeah. Damn. Sack. We'll take the 3. You sack the 3. We lose. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate. We need just 1 mana for the Ugin. Indeed. I think that's the match, right? Because they won game 1? Yeah. Oof. I felt like we're in a good position there, but we just couldn't get to the Ugin. I felt like keeping the Chrysalis was correct. Now I'm not entirely sure. Interesting. Well, unfortunate. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. I can keep this and pass. World Breaker Sire. They take the Talisman, so I guess it doesn't actually matter. So in that case, we might want to just go Windswept Teeth, fetch. Choose a non-land card. I guess they could take Fanatic. Draw. Thoughtseize Bug. Imprint. I'm gonna go... Let's go Sire 7 Deaths. Because if they Thoughtseize the World Break, then we can always recur it. And pass. And pass. What are you playing against is the question. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll pitch the World Breaker. And draw. I guess actually we could have pitched the Fanatic Aronis in retrospect. That's actually kind of funny. I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but didn't. I mean, at least this way, if they remove it, then we can always eternalize it. Next turn we can Null Drift or Evoke as well. The Delta fetch. Pass in full. Fatal Push, question mark? Cling to Dust, hits Talisman. Interesting. Luda Delta. Swamp tapped. Yeah, that's fine. Because now I can eternalize it. Fetch. Commercial District. Trigger. We can go Utopia Sprawl. It's mana neutral. So I can go Utopia Sprawl. for blue. Fanatic of Ronus. Oh, I actually need to go green, I guess. Yeah, whoops. I should have gone green, double green. Yeah, that's my bad. I wanted to keep the land, and I messed up there. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Fanatic of Ronus. Green, green. Yeah, that's a whoops on my part. And pass. Fetch a polluted delta. Bowmaster. Bowmaster's fine. Next turn I can play the Sire 7 Deaths, which I think they'll have a genuinely difficult time playing around. Another Bloodchief Thirst. That is dead this time. 2, 4, 5, 6. One short of Null Drift, Raven's Crime. Yeah. Mishra's Factory. Attack for 2. I mean, they're empty-handed at least. Draw. Pass. And pass. They can make Mishra's Factory a 2/2. I just need a land now. I can play World Breaker to Factory. Yep. Attack for 4, down to 9. Pithy Needle naming Ugin Lab. We can get rid of that with Breaker. Karn, that's fine. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not all too upset by that. So I guess the question is Mishra Factory or Pith. I think we still go Factory. Because that is a threat. Whereas like Pithy Needle and Karn is okay. Swamp. Crime is sorcery. I guess they can cling to dust, target World Breaker in yard. No, I guess they don't want to hit World Breaker because they don't exactly care to just gain 3 life, right? Okay, return. Well, we'll go to combat. Swing at you for 5. And pass. Okay, return. And pass. Draw. Temp. Returns. Actually, go to combat. Attack. Returns Sire to hand. Play temp. And I think this should be the game. Because I don't think they can really deal with Sire 7 Deaths sufficiently. No. And pass. Because even if they attempt to kill, they go down to 1. So this looks like the rack. Win for game 1. Is there anything that I want to change here? I forget if they play Shieldred. I feel like they do. Trying to think of what else. I guess Jailer is kind of okay. Like we could cut Ghost Quarter. Fog is kind of okay because it gets rid of Raven's Crime. And like we could go cut this and go Jailer. Kind of does similar things. Stops Raven's Crime. I guess it doesn't stop Cling to Dust because it's Escape. Yeah. It's also just a blocker. Yeah, we'll run it like this, I suppose. Not really entirely, I'm not entirely sure how to side for this matchup. Just not something we see often. I mean, I'd like a land, ideally a soul land, but we can keep. Go Misty Rainforest, Utopia Sprawl, look for a soul land, Swamp. I mean, you could just take the Utopia Sprawl, I guess. And then we're kind of just top decking, but I think you can't ignore the Kozilek's command. Oh, there's Rack. Okay, that's fine. Soulless Jailer, fetch. For a... Let's go... I think about going Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool, Shock, Utopia Sprawl for red. Yeah, let's do that. Shock. Red. And pass. And pass. At the very least, next turn we can play Jailer. 2. Dothy. I need a soul land now, please. You have 8 hits. Could go Fanatic. Yeah, let's go Fanatic. Really wish I had a land. And pass. Because if they Thoughtseize, I don't know, take Ugin, Karn, Sire, Null Drifter, all of those are problems. So yeah, we're in a bit of trouble. You may play it this turn without paying its mana cost. It does get the cast trigger, right? Pretty sure it gets the cast trigger. Maybe the Soulless Jailer was right, because then they wouldn't have been able to cast Ugin and Karn at least. I guess they still would have the Blood Sheath first. Never mind. It did not matter. Exiles my Sprawl. Yeah, I'm in danger now. They're drawing at least 2 cards per turn, getting 3 life. It's not like I'm not dead. I'm not in a good spot either, right? Not a Thoughtseize. Yeah. I mean, our best case scenario is to find a soul land for Null Drift. Zedrak. Draw. Oof. Pass. And Dothy is an issue. It's a 2-2, right? If we keep the return, drop the Jailers. Oh, Saga. Yeah, Saga will be an issue as well. Hey, there's the temple. They're gonna have a Bowmaster, right? 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 Draw 2. Really, no Bowmaster. That was surprising. So we're at 5, or at 3, 5 next turn. We can play the Karn. But they're also going to have Saga tokens and probably going to grab Pithy Needles, my only concern. Yeah. Break the ice. Rude as hell. So we'll draw 2 more and evoke. Draw. Okay. I mean, I think maybe Imprint into Sire now is correct. Because they could just obviously Seize effect it. Draw 2 again and pass. Okay, another Ugin Lab. There's a Construct. They of course know about Karns. They're probably going to grab Pith. Make a Construct, get Pith, buff to Constructs. So I'm taking 4 damage here, name Karn. Yep. Yeah, I would have liked EE. Mishra's Factory. Oh yeah, it becomes an artifact. Right. Takes this member? Yeah. K command would be the best thing for me here. Utopia Sprawl's not it. Sprawl's mana neutral. I think trying to get to Sire is right. Red. Jailer. And then pass. So at least we have a blocker now. So we're not dead on board. Gain 3 life, draw a card. Liliana. So we sacrifice the jailer, and I think we're dead on board. Yup. And they make the Mishra's Factory, so that should be 12 damage exactly. Yes. We are dead. Alright. Lost for game 2. Let's go to game 3. Maybe the return's alright. Drop the jailers. We can cut the gemstone and bring in the ghost quarter. Can destroy the man land, right? So we'll go like this. Yeah, that was an awkward one. Alright, on the play for game 3. That's mulligan. That's a bit better. Pitch a breeding pool, question mark? Yeah. Done. Play Wooded Foothills. Only kept 7, which is a bit meh. And pause on end step. So now if they do seize affect us, we at least have some redundancy. Fnatic for ramp. Kozak's command, though, can't really be ignored. Take the Fnatic. You can always eternalize that later, so I'm kind of okay with this. Fetch for commercial district, trigger. Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, we can put that on top. At least ramps us a bit. Play the Ghost Quarter. Play the Utopia Sprawl. We're going to go green. So we can eternalize the Fnatic next turn. Or K Command X2. They can also cling to dust, I suppose. Inquisition, takes the command. There's your land. Interesting. I mean, we can only eternalize at sorcery speed. Thing is that they Blood Chief Thirst or Liliana's kind of feels bad. Alright, I'm going to hold the command then. I think holding the command is correct. And then we can command X2. In response. So I think we go top and top. Insulate the return. Or insulate the Swine Mega Spawn, rather. So we'll take the return. Thank you. It is very helpful. Thoughtseize takes the Null Drift. That's fine, though. And draw. And kick. I'm going to go, as much as I want to go the Mishra's Factory, I'm going to kick the Swamp. Then grab a Temp. And pass. So again, next turn we can Fanatic Erodus Eternalize. Draw. Cast Fanatic Erodus. Go to combat. I am a little bit concerned about like a Raven's Crime hitting the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have Fnatic, but I think it's going to die, so I think I just go for the Forest. That way we can guarantee we have 7 mana next turn. If they had removal, I think they would have killed the Myco. Three for Lily. Lily can minus. We'll sack the spawn if so. And pass. Draw. KGC. So we have access to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess 10 actually. I mean, we could just go... I think we just attack. Go to combat. Attack Lily. And then cast Karn. 2, 3, 4. Question is, do we minus KGC here? Because they could always try and hit Karn of Mishra's Factory is my concern. That's minus KGC. Yes. For Liquid Metal Coating. In fact, oh no, we can't go Bridge. Yeah, I think we go for Liquid Metal Coating. So if they don't deal the KGC, we're just going to start strip mining them. And hold till upkeep. Like they had the removal, they would have already used it. Upkeep. Target. Pass. So no factory, they want double black. Okay. What for? If it goes Dothy, we can just EE for 2. I'm not pressed about that. And upon scoops, we'll take the win. All right. Well, we ended that league with a 3-2 record. Definitely think we could have gone an extra game in match 1 against Prowess. I think I just got a little bit overzealous casting Ugin when I should have probably cast the K return into Myco Spawn Bajuka Bog, and that would have yielded much better results than where we were. So I think probably could have gone one extra game there. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee that we would have won the match. Otherwise, I'm trying to think if there was any other like major misplays. Goblins was kind of interesting. Yeah, Goblins was interesting. Not sure necessarily off the top of my head. It's sometimes hard to like look back and analyze matchups when you haven't played against a deck very often, especially when it's that fringe, which we did play against 2, kind of 3 fringe decks. Actually, you know what? I can't really call Mill fringe anymore. It topped the challenge. and has a decent meta percent share. So, I mean, it's still relatively popular, and we did win against it. Fnatic Aronis actually a huge boon in that matchup, funny enough. Getting milled over allows us to eternalize it, which I've now realized I didn't order my tokens of Fnatic Aronis, so whoops. Speaking of Fnatic Aronis, I'm not sure how to feel about it. On one hand, a recursive threat, really good. Recursive ramp, even better. It can yield some really explosive plays, as we saw in match 1, game 1, with evoking a Null Drifter, which is really cool. It can also just ramp us to an absurd number pretty quickly. It does lose out on some specific lines that Rumble does have available to us, and we're kind of land light. You know, we can go, turn 1 land, Utopia Sprawl, turn 2, Malevolent Rumble, find a land, play a land, pass, right? Or even if we don't have, let's say on turn 2 we have 2 lands, but we don't have our 3rd land set up. That's one thing that Rumble does do really well. It kind of does help set up, but if Rumble did set up in a meaningful way, then its data would demonstrate those early turn plays, and we would be winning more as a result of Rumble. One area that Fnatic Aronis definitely does seem pretty poor is in the mid game or late game, where Rumble can, obviously find us something. Fnatic kind of just gets played as a 1-4 ramp. It's like, if this was Rumble, then we would be able to dig deeper for something. Obviously, not a guarantee we'd find something, but it would feel better than just casting Fnatic. So that's another thing where I'm like, interesting. But I think Fnatic could be a good choice in the aggressive meta between Prowess, between Energy. I think Fnatic does see some value even into Murktide. Fnatic's kind of interesting because, okay, they counter Fnatic or they Fatal Push Fnatic. Okay, we eternalize it. So it gives us that 4/4 threat or a blocker for Harbinger or for Frog even. So it kind of is interesting in that regard as well. So I could see Fnatic definitely being the right choice. We're definitely going to have to generate some data to, really demonstrate that. And then compare side by side Malevolent Rumble to Fnatic. Because there's also a world where I see like maybe we just run instead of Rumble, or at least maybe not for Rumble, maybe we instead just play 2 extra talismans. So we go up to 6 talismans because talisman numbers are pretty good. And that kind of falls within the same curve as Fnatic and as Rumble, as, that turn 2 ramp. The major benefit of the talismans, of course, is that they are playable turn 1 into Ugin's Lab. So there's an argument that maybe the right direction is not Fnatic, not Rumble, maybe just some more talismans. So it'll be interesting to see what the data shows in the long run. Either ways, the deck feels really great, whether it be a Fnatic, whether it be with Rumble. So pretty happy, all things considered. In other news unrelated to this league, I did do a collaboration recently, so that is really exciting. You'll probably recognize the name, Mike Devo. They invited me to do a collab recently, so be on the lookout for that over on their channel. I'll actually post that over on my Discord when they post on their YouTube. So really excited about that. I think it was a really cool experience working with another Magic the Gathering content creator. Genuinely, like the first time I've ever done that. Not a collaboration, but like working with other Magic the Gathering content creators. Kind of cool. It was very humbling. I was very honored. I guess maybe humbling is not the right word, but I was very honored by them reaching out and looking for my expertise on Eldrazi ramp. So really excited for that video to come out. I think we did a phenomenal job in the league that we played. But other than that, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just some general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you haven't already and have reached this point in the video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, where we can begin monetizing these videos. If you do want to support me monetarily in the meantime, you can jump over to my Patreon, where you can get early access to my videos as well as updates to my deck guide, which may include our friend Fanatic of Ronus. We'll have to wait and see. With that being said, folks, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.